Today we're visiting Crawford Lake, very small lake in Ontario, close to Burlington. The lake is shaped like a cone, with the top of the lake being the top of the cone. It's about 80 feet deep, and after 40 feet, oxygen and the ability for living things to be disappears. And in the process of taking core samples from the bottom of the lake, they found a significant portion of corn pollen at levels that were in the 13 to 1600s. With the discovery of this corn pollen, they knew that in this area there was likely a village, most certainly farmers, from the era of 1300s to the 1600s. This evidence of corn pollen indicated that an Iroquoian people grew corn near Crawford Lake long ago. Many years of archaeological investigation uncovered the remains of a 15th century Iroquoian village less than a kilometer from the lake. So we're going off to see this village. Crawford Lake is located in a valley, and the Iroquois village is up on a cliff just above this, and we're going to leave the lake now and walk up the trails to see this village. So we found it. This is the Iroquoian village with its ramparts or palisades around the outskirts or around the perimeter of the village itself. Well, as you can see, there's a long entrance hallway into the complex. The village was built in approximately 1450, and there were 5 longhouses here. They have reconstructed 2 of them on their existing spots. The palisade around this village was not here originally, but was reconstructed on the site because, in fact, most Iroquoian villages discovered did have a palisade, mostly to protect against animals, wind, snow, and possibly invasion, but most likely for wind and warmth control. So let's go and see what's inside these longhouses. On the sides were the storage and the sleeping areas, with fire pits burning inside. This is actually a learning center for children too. They bring them in and teach them about the Iroquoian ways. This longhouse was actually a teaching area for young children when they come to visit the Iroquoian village with interactive areas you can take part in. These pictures show the reconstruction of the Iroquois village by archaeologists. In this picture, they're uncovering soil stains. The soil stains, called post molds, are formed when wooden poles were placed in the ground during the occupation of the village. Sometimes they can reveal important features like the outline of a longhouse. Shovel and shining. This is where shallow slivers of the subsoil are removed with shovels to allow the archaeologists to observe areas of discolored soil. Removing the surface soil. Exploratory trenches are dug to remove long strips of surface soil where study grids are established. The term Iroquoian is similar to the term European as it applies to Indians. There were a number of tribes in this area, but we are on the border of where the Huron, which were farther north, and the neutral Indians in the south lived. So it's hard to say whether these were neutral or Huron Indians that lived here. The Indians who lived here were farmers. They planted corn. They also fished and hunted. But they lived here over a period of 50 years, leaving the location on 3 different occasions, but still returning back. After 50 years of farming in this area, the soil was depleted and the village was abandoned, somewhere around 1500. This is the Deer Clan Longhouse, which is now a museum on the inside. At the Crawford Lake site, the only carbonized food remains that were found was corn and beans. And this is what you're seeing here, came from the archaeological dig. The fragments shown here were some of the 10,000 items uncovered during the archaeological dig here. Chipped stone tools. There were only a handful of ornaments found at this site. Of particular interest is the one at the top, which is a bone hairpin.
The beat of the drum represents the heartbeat of Mother Earth. As you watch our dancers' feet, you can see that their feet always touch the ground in time with the heartbeat of Mother Earth. Grand entry is led by your men's traditional dancers. Your men's traditional dancers are Rod Medagog and Kyle LaForme for the Anishinaabe Nation. Following your men's traditional dancers is your women's fancy dancer. Your women's fancy dancer is Abby Carpenter. The jingle dress dance is a healing dance. Your jingle dress dancers are Adrian Smoke and Rylan. never call what we wear costumes. Costumes are something that you wear on Halloween to hide who you are. We call what we wear regalia because it enhances who we are as First Nations people. When you look at a map of North America, most of the names you see upon that map come from our people. Ontario, Mississauga, Toronto, Ottawa, Winnipeg, Saskatchewan, Kentucky, Ohio, Omaha, Chicago. Even the name of our country comes from our people. Round of applause for your dancers, ladies and gentlemen.
The White Pine Dancers.
One side represents battles won, one side represents battles lost. On their heads, Rod is wearing a roach headdress, which consists of two different types of animals. The soft underbelly fur, the porcupine, and the white-tailed deer. He is also wearing two eagle feathers on the top of his roach headdress. This is meant to stir the medicine within the circle, and also represents the fact that he or members of his family have been in battle before.